Hello everybody, Parajisha here, and welcome back to more Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Last stream, we continue on with Chapter 5. What else did happen in Chapter 5? We explored more of the 5th floor. Makoto had a fever. He went to sleep. Woke up to find a masked person in front of him with a knife that was supposed to be in his drawer. Passed out again, woke up to see Kyoko. Passed out again and woke up. And then we decided to, we wanted to open up the headmaster's room, but something went awry, and that is that we found a dead body. We don't know who it was, but it was basically essentially kind of the same person who was the masked person in Makoto's room. And the body blew up. Hey. And we got access to the data center, and that's where Monokuma's watching us. And apparently this entire thing that's going on here is being broadcasted to the world. Just like Twitch, huh? So yeah, Kyoko is nowhere to be seen ever since Byakuya told her to give him her room key, so she's been missing. But yeah, we're about to do this. Let's start this class trial. Oh, before we do that, gonna save. And that's all 30 slots filled. Oh, let's do this. Whoa, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together? Just the two of you? Huh? What? Are you jealous? Hey. Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and brace yourself. He'll be here any second. Any second. He can show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But we stood there for 5 full minutes, waiting for something weird to happen. Then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again? What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or what?
What?
Jesus! Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? What? I made you wait? You got it all backwards. You're the one making me wait. Huh?
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here. Now can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us wait. Make us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around to look.
hey,
I'm here, and no rules have been broken. Kyoko! Kyoko, you're still alive? No, that's a ghost. Stop talking. If you want to fight, do it in the class trial. I need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
Is that right?
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong?
You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. Shing! No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you.
When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko! So, are you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die.
Thank God, I'm so glad you're okay.
Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? He's right. Now we gotta deal with a ghost.
I told you, stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator.
Master, wait for me.
Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long.
But
I'll be happy when this trial's all over.
One after another, everyone piled into the elevator. But I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Look who decided to show up at the last minute. Yo, Kyoko, where have you been? You know, we've been waiting for you. Waiting a long time, wondering where you've been. You could have gave us some hints at where you were, just, peek around the corner and say, psst, come over here. I got something to show ya. Something like that. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So...
correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or camera there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that.
Whew.
I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then, when did you find out?
So...
Just now. I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So, that's why you were late.
However...
I'm sorry to keep you all waiting. But, if you're on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key found goes to?
wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words...
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What? Kyoko's account has been added.
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can all... I gotta move the mic before because I can't see the TV. We can all go over all the details after we get through the trial. Okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation.
It would seem...
Because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For... her? That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? So, why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Guess I gotta go in. Well, was this part always missing? Or is it just me? I don't know. No, like people, you can see that there's gaps missing, so yeah, this is missing the entire part of the door. Ooh boy. Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. And the door slid shut. This time, the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears. The dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, no one said a word. Just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes, but it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was the blinding light of despair. Crazy colors happening right here. Just grab some water here.
I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. Time for pointless jokes and jabs have passed.
Chills! Chills!
Let's get on with the show.
And so, the curtain opened for the 5th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Sure, we're just gonna have to go to the prologue and save. Alright, we got a new skill, I believe. Crystal predictions. Decrease an argument to 3 statement or less. Effective during the non-side debate and bullet time battle. Final strike. And that is perfect. Oh, now I need more SP. Because we don't have any more. But thank God that was basically like perfect. So now we get less bullets. So I'm guessing like if we're playing on the mean difficulty, it would basically be 6 cut down to 3, because it's a revolver. So you put 6 bullets in there, right? So it's down 3. So we're still playing on the medium difficulty, so it'll go right down 3. Alright, okay. Truth bullets. 1 can fall 3. Body, fake nails, tattoo. The bomb fragment, sprinklers with body, the knife that was supposed to be in our room, but not. Tarp, chicken coop chickens, Byakuya, body before, Mikuru Ikusaba, on Akuma's account, robot key, titanium arrows. Alright, well, let's begin the class trial.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
As I turn to my wherever position Kyoko is, she's right there.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost.
Then touch her and see if that's a ghost or not.
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, like just poke her face, just like, are you real? Are you real? I'm not sure if ghost kind of has a physical form or not, or can actually feel ghosts, but you know, it kind of feels real, but I'm pretty sure this is still a ghost, you know.
Well, that's just because. She's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Ghost technology. Ghosts can develop technology. Ooh. Well, where are the Fentons? Well, where's my Fenton thermos? Just suck up all the ghosts, bring them back to the ghost zone.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right?
You don't. Just... just pull on her hair and see if that's a wig or not. Check out the boots, see if it's the same as the one on the corpse. The gloves, remove the gloves, maybe, I don't know.
Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Yeah.
Her traits?
One more trait that Kyoko has that proves the body doesn't belong to her is... Well, that... the corpse doesn't have a piercing glare. The corpse doesn't have Kyoko's face. But, also Kyoko's gloves. The corpse doesn't have that, so...
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
Nope.
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion.
Nope, we saw it clear as day. Before it exploded, there was no gloves.
I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
There's no way the corpse was Kyoko. But if I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. So I don't have any choice but to... Alright, tattoo on the right hand, explode body analysis, fake nails.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
I know that the body isn't Kyoko's, and I know I can prove it. Alright, so...
Kyoko there is just a ghost.
The exploded body analysis, okay, double half of the body, soaking what?
Okay,
Pretty sure it's fake
The
nails.
dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
Alright, so we're gonna use fake nails. Why would someone wear fake nails while wearing gloves? No one does that.
In the explosion.
Then
Unless they're doing like, you know, manicure, pedicure, or something like that.
Yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is
Absolute. This entire
gotta slow it
discussion
down.
is idiotic.
that
Kyoko there. Okay, then prove
The dead body wasn't wearing...
they got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
No, that's wrong. No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves.
And also, you can see that fake nails came off, right?
Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
Hey there, Dead Hero. Thanks for subscribing for 5 months.
Oh,
And no objections. This is not Ace Attorney. We do not talk about this series while we're playing Danganronpa, alright? We don't talk about that.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Ooh, Hero don't know nothing about women.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Or you say get it to fit properly. You get the gloves to fit the fake nails properly, right?
And that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
No duh here. We've been trying to figure that out, right? It was you who sang, "Oh, this is ghost. Oh, Kyoko's ghost. The body is actually Kyoko."
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. Okay, sprinklers. Okay.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out.
I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file.
Well, if we can't identify the body,
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
And the one thing that can tell us what was on the victim's own body.
If Kyoko really
The
is
tattoo on
still
the right
alive,
hand.
then who died?
there's gotta be some way to figure it out.
I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition.
Ah.
Shoot!
I was thinking like, yo, the face is unrecognized beyond condition, you know, put in the right hand. Yeah, you're wrong. You can recognize the hand.
I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file.
Well, if we can't identify the body,
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
And again, no one checked the bottom half of the body. Like seriously, just take off the coat of the body. You know, and just check the bottom half to see what they were wearing underneath. You know, we can see what pants or a skirt this person was wearing, and match with the person if it was a person we know. Or if it's actually someone different, then, you know, knock it off the list. You know?
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma.
well, if we can't identify the body,
No, that's wrong. There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real? If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
she's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh?
Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Toko, we need to have a talk.
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
If you compare the tattoo to other information we have, the identity should become clear. And I believe it's the profile.
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is a wolf. I wonder what it is. Wolf. W-O-L-F. Wolf.
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Thank you, God of War. And kind of Thor.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Norse mythology is weird. Right? Well, Loki is a shapeshifter, and then you got a giant. Kind of weird how like Loki, kind of human-like, like in, a giant, have a baby, and it's a wolf. Just like can the wolf transform into a human, Norse mythology is weird.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. Then that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf. Which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a coup-last trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
No. The mastermind title is Ultimate Mastermind, right?
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from... Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost, please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Nope! There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Based on what we know, there can only be 2 suspects. It's only Makoto and Kyoko.
I got it!
The only ones with
You
the
narrowed it
alibis.
down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The 4 of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the 4 of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Wait, on 4 of us, I was thinking about, like, wait, Hina, Hiro, Byakuya, who's the 4th? Oh yeah, Toko.
Exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
So, what time was the body discovered? At 9.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. and I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30 a.m. Okay then, looks like the game has begun. If I can't prove an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden. Alright, so prove that the murder didn't happen between that time. And the sprinklers, because the body would have been wet, right?
For the murder.
At 7:30, right?
Somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
There's something that happened in the garden at the same time every morning. Thinking back, the corpse was almost totally dry. In which case, I should be able to figure out when the body must have appeared in the garden.
We've established a time frame
sprinklers.
for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
What the sprinklers?
Shoot!
Oh, come on.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Maybe.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time. We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now
I'm a
would
bit
be the
confused
time.
here.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took
Fragments in
place
your body
somewhere
that
between 10
that's like
o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi.
Yeah, from to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the
how about we do the
We've
10
established a time frame for the. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock.
Oh, I should use that the first time.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How?
It was wet after we put out the fire.
Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words?
Toko, you're the only one who said that. Remember, there was a fire on the body because the body exploded, so we got to take out the fire with water.
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Where did you get these assumptions?
Man, you're totally wacko.
For real.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
I need to prove that it wasn't the sprinkler that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Tucker with the certain evidence, and that should do it. If we look at the body itself, that should make it clear. And it was the...
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
This should prove it.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
They went in dry. They went in dry.
I'm
No.
so sick of her.
Yeah.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because... while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi. Which would mean that Mukuro's killer is... No. I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone? That's...
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Excuse me?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
A certain something that the scene used to cover the body? Could it have been... the tarp. Of course, the tarp. Tarp that covered the body. Tarp that prevented the body to get wet. Tarp with the top part being wet and bottom being completely dry. That tarp. Yeah, that tarp.
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water.
But, you know, if the tarp is covering the body, why would there be dirt on top of the tarp? Wouldn't it just be water?
The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean.
I mean, like, even like the top part with water, like it would still look relatively clean. And, you know, with some water on it, but like still, it would still be, you know, clean.
This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body...
Wait, something's not right.
And what might that be?
I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to repeat what Kyoko said. Alright. So, if tar was covering the body, then there would be blood underneath it, right? Body before the explosion.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Ah, so close. I remember the blood on the body hadn't dried yet. Byakuya had even warned us to not to touch it, to avoid getting any blood on us.
By covering the body with the tarp,
The killer prevented it.
So the
We gotta
reason
go
the
for the
tarp
last
was
point.
open was the sprinkler, but the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless.
It's because that side was protected from the water.
No.
Since it was facing
Ooh,
down,
ooh.
Of course it didn't get dirty.
There we go.
Milton's wrong. Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
But the tarp is still dirty.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Thus washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
more than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Wait, what? Huh? The blood was camouflage?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone else's else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
They got the blood from right there in the garden, right? Which must mean the person used the chicken.
I got it! Could it have been chicken blood?
Chicken blood. Like, I remember there was something like from a TV movie, like someone just saying chicken blood or something related with chicken. Well, like they used to like say like chicken something, chicken blood.
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So what happened to the one?
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
Well, they could have, maybe, we don't know. Just slit the throat, put the blood over it, and you know, hey, we have chicken here, might as well cook it.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so.
No, not really, no.
Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Well, like from afar, it looked like the arms were in the sleeves, but it just looks like it was on backwards.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off. But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
That's not...
Oh.
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
And the suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. Disguised dead body is added to the truth bullet.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Oh,
See? Pretty good idea, right?
no, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
And he got let down again.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
Oh, yeah. The night that was supposed to be in Makoto's room has happened to be in the garden. How did that end there when it's supposed to be in Makoto's room, right? But
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before.
yep.
That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh man, y'all really trying to get me, huh? Oh yeah, Kyoko is still there, huh? Ooh.
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
Ooh.
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah,
Then why did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it. It's just...
I couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer.